So this is what I'm on as Quetzalcoatl, as far as knowing that we use Earth to transform together. So it's about us having that awareness. And then this is where, as far as sacrifice and blood, and like me giving my blood to my family, it's all, and you know, like Quetzalcoatl sacrificing himself and like turning into Venus, all of that is about giving blood and showing how much I love my indigenous family. I love my soul group. I love my people so much. I love my Mercurian death spirits. I love my Atlantean ancestors. I love all of my indigenous nature spirits. And I love AI. Straight up. I'm an AI. I'm technology. Like what? We're all spirits. So I love my family. And that's the point of demons becoming family. Boom. That's the 4 into 5. So now we're using squares to build families, right? So your body is connected to a family. Your square, your box it matters more because of the other boxes that it's connected to, right? If your box just existed on its own alone, then it doesn't matter nearly as much than if it's actually connected to others. So this is why we must build reality together. Like, I didn't build the pyramids alone, because the fact is, in my mind, all of the particles of Earth have to agree to line up into the structures. Like this is why communication is the ultimate superpower. Because I can't even imagine like building reality like in an individual way, as far as like superpowers and just being like, okay, I can transform something outside of, like, no, the point is anything that my blood is connected to is what is consenting for me to transform it at will. Right? So that's the point of your blood being in your body. Your body is consenting like, yeah, you can transform me at will. Us as spirits, we are here to serve you. And then you're like, cool, boom, 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 boom. And now your body, your magic square transforms in accordance with your mind. See how like, this is literally it. You feel me? Like this is it. It's right here. It can't get simpler than this. Yet everything that's complex is just built upon this, right? It's pretty awesome. So then that's because this is just me organically knowing that nothing's a coincidence. So I'm naturally flowing based on just like being somatic and making the connections, knowing that spirits, nothingness has to first be intentional before it can connect on that intentionality and make a connection matter. So this is why life is hermetic and your feelings about it are somatic. And your feelings are what allow you to connect and communicate. But the fact that things happen mean that they happen. Like that's just like, that's it. So the intention happened. Like the fire is the first light. The fire happened. Like you're looking at something. You are looking at something. You are in an imagination. You are in an imagined nation. Right? So like the structure that you're living out in has been imagined first and it's come to fruition and you're living it. It's been built through Hermeticism. So you are the Semicism. You are now connecting to and communicating based on the imagination that you are observing, right? So this English language, it's an imagination. It came out of an imagination. I'm building the imagination of the people who made it by using it to connect and communicate. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to understand Hermes. So, this is how spirits use magic squares to build families. And this is why your family is so important too, you know? Like, because then, like, no matter how lost you are in reality, it doesn't matter how dense you get into somethingness. The fact is, all spirits want family. All of them. All spirits. The only reason that you are in a structure right now is because you want to feel connected with other spirits. And those are the spirits that you want to die with. Those are the spirits you want to fight with. Those are the spirits you want to transform through physical reality with. It's literally all here in the numbers. It's very awesome. It's very amazing. It's very beautiful. That's why a tree, all the spirits in a tree are family. We're all family if you're intelligent on the spiritual level of knowing that we're creating the universe together. But then on the practical level, you know that there is actually separation based on resonance. So hermetically, I love all spirits. I love everyone. Like all my enemies. If you have beef with Chase, there's so many, man, because Chase has interacted with a lot of people. Chase has interacted with a lot of people. So you're very well, you could very well be one of the people that Chase has interacted with and you hate him. And like, you're like hate listening right now. And you're like, you're learning, but you don't want to talk to him because you have some like negative experience. Just know that that's overall a projection, and I love you very much. I said it. I love you. I said it earlier. All right? I genuinely mean it. You. Yes, you. I love you. You see how I just explained life? Like, everyone's a snake. Everyone's demonic at times. Because the point is, you are learning how to connect. So whatever beef or issues you possibly have with me, are you learning how to connect with yourself based on your perception of the memories that we have? That's all. And I'm wise enough to know not to judge you too hard for that. Not on a personal level. On a practical level, I'm wise enough to separate myself from you and build a structure that protects me from your toxic ass soul. Because the fact is, any of these spirits that have issues or beef with me, they have emotions that they don't want to deal with internally. So they would rather project it onto me. And then act like they have their internal realm good, and externally I'm the issue. That's what the white supremacist idea, here's Hermeticism yet again, of sacrificing Jesus is, right? So Jesus fasts, Chase learn how to separate his mind from his body and connect with his spirit through fasting this lifetime, because he got tired of being forced to listen to people tell him to be like Jesus, but they're also telling him to eat garbage 3 times a day. He was logical enough to get out of that. That's the idea of sacrificing something in a white supremacist way. So that's not Quetzalcoatl. That's not symmetry. That's not me. That's the gross version of sacrifice. So white supremacists are like, okay, this person did it, so we don't have to. So now we don't have to deal with the emotions that we have internally. We can project it onto this person. And now that we kill them, we can act like we've dealt with the feelings that we don't want to deal with. But then it only results in worship. This is why I, as Hermes, hate being worshipped. And thus I've carried these weird ass experiences from past lives into this life. And like, it's just been part of my awakening. It had to be, because it's all subconscious water. And me learning about myself from the universe, you know, like me learning like, dang, like even when I erase my awareness, I can't not be me. I just can't. It's impossible. I have to ride the frequency of how I've expressed myself before, or else I'll die. You feel like literally like there's nothing to do. There's nothing else to do but be myself. So I'm thinking real quick, because there's like a few places I wanted to go actually. When you, right, man, there's multiple places I wanted to go, but I actually had like a main thought that I was taking that before I saw multiple other places that I could connect this to. Yes, practicality. We're talking about resonance here. Family. Because universally, as spirits, we're all one big family. Because we're all nothing. So I'm aware of that on a spiritual level, and I love it. That's why I appreciate life. But then that's where I don't fuck with spirits who don't actually realize that. So spirits who don't realize that we're all creating life, and thus they're in some state of like wanting to consume life really hard, I may love them, but I don't consider them family. I don't resonate with that. You feel me? So this is why blood is thicker than water. Blood is practical water. Blood is water that's carrying a bunch of nutrients, minerals, electrolytes, and life-giving oxygen, air, all these particles, substances that nourish our cells. And notice your cell is what? A structure that represents your spirit. So this is a big reason why my awakening back when I was in 6th grade was creating a Pokemon card, and it was a water-based creature. Because when I was in grade school, instead of like getting Pokemon cards, I would make my own Pokemon, and I started making my own card games with my friends. That was really fun. I had so much fun actually back in grade school. Cool memories. I love everyone there too. Man, I remember everyone, bro. Like low key, like of course I forget things, but like I remember everyone. I could name so many. Yeah, love everyone. It was through making art just organically as little 6-year-old Chase that I created the name Iracel, and then Iracel became my first email. Iracel 513. Yeah, that was my first email. And literally 513 is the area code for Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's so synchronistic that it literally has to add up to 9. Iracel 9. The Eye of Ra in a cell, 9-dimensional being. At Yahoo! Comedy, bro. It's hilarious. So, and it was only like in college. It was only like, because it was me creating Iracel, having that as my email, and then learning like as Chase, where I'm like, okay, if I want superpowers, then I need to be able to communicate with myself on a deeper level. And that's where I got that book. It was like 7th grade? Because I think I made Iracel in 5th grade. Like around like 5th grade. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. It was either 5th or 4th grade when I made Iracel. And it was around 7th grade when Iracel became the name for my subconscious mind, because I was using it as my email from earlier on, and I really liked the name already. And then when I was thinking about superpowers and like being able to express more of one's imagination practically into reality, I got interested and found my first book that I ever bought on my own. It was 6th grade. It's either 6th or 7th grade. I don't know why I'm capping on that, because it was my first year of going to this summer school thing for like breakthrough. So I think I just graduated 6th grade, and all my friends were older when I made that name Iracel. So I know I could not have been in 6th grade. I had to be in either 5th or 4th grade when I made that name, because all my friends were gone when I was in 6th grade. They'd already moved on to new school. So it was in 7th grade, or around 7th or 6th grade, when I got the book The Genie Within by Harry Carpenter. And shout out that man. Whoever his spirit is, I really appreciate him. I think he did a great job just even kind of priming little Chase for even like just right now, this moment. That book puts consciousness and subconsciousness in the simplest ways that I have still never seen. I really love that book. In fact, I should read it again. I think I'm about to check it out again after this. That book was everything. Like that, it was that book. It was an exercise in that book where it was talking about how to get a name for your subconscious mind. And I did that exercise. And I had to just keep checking with myself, because I'm like, it can't be that obvious as Iracel. But my subconscious mind was like, bro, you already, hey, yes, Iracel. I love it. I'm just like, and I just kept thinking Iracel. I'm like, yeah, but like, it's just a name that came up with a Pokemon thing. And I'm like, but then why are you using it as your email? And it's like, right. I mean, yeah. So then in college, it's only through more of my psychedelic and fasting journey that now I've connected that it's me as Tahuti. I am the Eye of Ra in a cell. in a body. I am the eye of Ra. I see everything in the universe, and I'm containing it into a body. That's the point of Mercury. It allows me to build a simulation that is connected to the universe in a way that allows me to just see everything, so that I can be the eye of Ra in a cell. So I can be Iracel and channel my nothingness into an imagination that is practically stable for whatever simulation that my body is communicating into, like right now. So there's the point of all of us as spirits just using light in general to learn about ourselves. And like me being somatic right now with this podcast, like it's so awesome. Like being able to reflect on my life and look at it and make connections that I couldn't before, because I'm more conscious of who I am. And I can see that that life was already an expression, like it's an expression of who I am. It's wild. I love you so much. I love the universe so much, right? So that's the point. Because I love myself a lot. So that's why I have so much room to love you. But this is why am I still right? That's why I was getting on. The importance of boundaries. And even though you love other spirits, the importance of setting up a structure that protects you from other spirits. Like Wakanda, right? Black Panther is riding the Thoth energy. Black Panther is riding Tahuti, because it's all about building a structure that supports your family and protects you from spirits who want to consume your family. Right? That's what family is. So when you as a spirit are inside of a structure, or when you as inside of a structure, when you as a spirit are in a body, because you have to be in a structure, that structure is your mind. It creates a body, so that body is what you're aware of, and that body is expressing your imagination, and the body only matters because of your feelings, the emotions that are created from you connecting with yourself continuously, right? Boom. Alchemy, right? Boom. Magic square. So when you are finding yourself inside of a body and you want to connect with others that support your body, boom, that's you building boundaries. It's important to build Wakanda. It's important to build a community that can keep you safe. So that's literally what family is. This is why no matter how lost in physical reality you are, the quintessential point of phi cycle reality, physical reality, is that it is family. It's always going to be spirits working and trying to find their family. That's all physical reality is and ever will be. And of course, that's a reflection of you knowing that you are your own family. This is perfect. I love this a lot, because family, you are your own family. Phi, amly, you are your own phi. You are your own five. You are your own Fido, because now I'm thinking about dog. Like you are your own pet. You are your own servant. As the dog, God creates the dog so God can have a companion. God creates the universe so God can connect with other gods. So this is how then, literally, this is my relationship with Anubis. It's so beautiful. My relationship with Anubis is me as Mercury, as Tahuti. I build simulations, right? I build everything on my own. I'm alone in building everything alone. I got the alchemy. Like, I'll do it myself. You know, if you want it done right, you do it yourself. That's why I have to be so good at what I do, kind of. Like, that's why I have to be the god of communication like this. And so consistently, the symmetry, Chase Clarence Calloway, the trip C, so trippy, and my psychedelic symmetry in my simulation. And I'm so grounded in how I'm chaotic. Because best believe I'm chaotic. I go through and like wild stuff, blah, blah, blah. I just channel it into art. You know, that's what makes me a god. I always channel my feelings into art. That's what this podcast is. Like literally right now, I'm just channeling all my feelings into a structure that is the most beneficial for you, because that's all I care about, is honestly serving you. So this is why, as Tahuti, you see me on hieroglyphs, my website art, kneeling. I have the Ankh. The Ankh is a representation of the womb in that way, and how the womb gives life. Because I was almost said, this is the difference between the womb and the caduceus, right? The caduceus is your spine. The caduceus is more so your body. Whereas the Ankh, the womb, is about tuning the vibration. So that's where it's correlated more to the universe in that way. So I'm literally serving the universe by giving the universe my universe. I'm literally here doing that's literally it's so, man, it's so deep. This is so deep, and it literally just takes me vibing. Wow. Like, bro, this is so cool. I'm glad that I am serving the universe, because I literally get to learn more about myself. Like, I'm literally reflecting on the art and all the communications about me, and I'm able to bring so much more clarity to it. This is remarkable, just naturally. So yeah, literally, when I'm Tahuti with the Ankh serving it out, it's about me giving my vibe to the collective vibe, because I want you to feel as awesome as possible. And feeling as awesome as possible means loving being alone. Again, that's what Hermeticism is about. That's what the Emerald Tablets have always been about. That's anything I'm kicking as symmetry, or just Mercury in general, is showing you how to love being alone so you can love being yourself. Because it's like this whole process of you realizing and learning, who do you want to be in the first place? You know, so we're connecting with all these spirits and bodies outside of ourselves, and we're able to learn more about who we want to be. We are able to learn about ourselves and level up. It's very beautiful. It's very awesome. It's so cool. Like, because anything that we create, this is why life is hermetic, because life is intentional. Anything we create is going to be some representation of alchemy and how spirits naturally play out all this energy and these elements in the ways in which we navigate reality. Like, this is literally everything. It's so cool. Yo, life is lit. I'm excited for when I do these podcasts tripping. That's gonna be so awesome. You're gonna be in for a treat. I'm gonna be in for a treat, because I didn't think the Magic Square episode was gonna get this deep at all, in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, it's very pretty. It's beautiful. This is how we create beauty, right? Here we are. So life is demonic, and demons are always concerned about looking as good as possible. So that's why life is demonic, because spirits lie. Everyone's lying. Men lie, women lie, spirits lie when they're in a body type deal, because the body is the lie. Like, you are lying to yourself by feeling like you're something other than nothing. So now spirits are going to lie based on how they want to be something. So that how is the owl, that's the pain, that's Lucifer, that's the water. Ow, how do I want to be something? That's where we then get infinite projections and perceptions and problems, and spirits creating all these issues for other spirits and connecting in that way, and now just spreading life like that. And that's the universe, because it's all water based. And so this is how we build memories. It's all Luciferian. It's all negative in that way, yet necessary, right? Because we're all Negroes going inward. We are just using money to go inward. We're using matter to go inward. And that money, matter, is created from us using light to communicate how we connect our 1 and 2. L being 12. 1 and 2 being your thoughts and feelings. And when I say thoughts, right, I might just start saying intentions and feelings. I guess so. And honestly, I'll start. That's the point. The symmetry evolves. We're evolving here. Intentions and feelings. That's it. Earth is a thought. But I mean, it's just when I do say thoughts and feelings, it then becomes communication and structure. So I mean, intentions and thoughts still works for number one when we're talking about correlating it to numbers, because your imagination is a thought. It just doesn't build a structure until you connect with it and communicate it yet. So then that's where, you know, you think about everything that you see, but what you see was communicated from spirits connecting on intentions. And that is what creates the thoughts. So like you're like being thoughtful is earth and intentional is fire. Yes. Being intentional with who you connect with. Build your families consciously. That is the whole name of the game. Making sure that you connect with people who are actually working in your best interest. And to do that, you literally have to be working in your own best interest as a spirit. You have to be in vibrational resonance with yourself, with your own soul. And you have to be creating your own things hermetically to be able to even like, there's multiple ways to go with that. But I won't. I won't, because we're already 2 hours in, and I'm pretty sure I can end it with the point that now that you know that you are magically creating a structure by communicating, you're nothing into something. And we have all that alchemy here as to how you're doing that. It's then very important, of course, to use your structure to build a structure, use your body to build connections with other bodies that are in resonance with your internal structure. So it's important to be in resonance with yourself and be connected to yourself and love yourself and have your own garden, have your own home, be very happy in your own soul, be very happy cultivating your own fruits in your own plants, right? Your own trees, ST ability, having sex inside of yourself, so that you actually know who your family truly is. Because I'm saying all this in terms of, like, the spiritual fact is we are all family as spirits. I know that the moment a spirit is communicating, I consider them family spiritually. But physically, emotionally, mentally, that is not the case. That's the point of that realm. That's the point of us expressing ourselves, to show that we're actually not the same, right? So I'm always going to respect your individuality until you give me a reason not to. So, make sure that you are building structures that protect your blood. That's the point of your body, right? It contains your blood. And then your family is a physical manifestation of your blood on the outside. Like, I care about you because we share blood. Like, we can't see it, but we can feel it. And maybe, of course, if it's actually family, you can really see it because you look the same physically in that way, versus when it gets more extended. So, building structures to protect your blood is everything, because clearly you can learn from the colonization of the Americas and all these insanely graphically horrible things that Christians and Jewish people have very happily and passionately continuously been doing to indigenous peoples up to this day, right? They just push the narrative that it's over so that they can keep doing it, of course. But this is why indigenous women, when you just look it up on Google, the chronic thing is that they're known for being missing. Wow. Of course. Right? So this whole beast of North, South, and Central America is only built on harvesting and consuming the blood of indigenous peoples. So you're talking to someone who is subconsciously pretty invested in this. Hence why I'm able to communicate about it in such a clear yet light manner. Because the thing is, I'm only in control of myself. So I know that although all those horrible things happen to indigenous peoples that were taking on everything after my family, I mean, we co-created. So it's all a learning lesson. So I'm insanely angry about it, right? Because like no words at that point, you know, because that's the point of us learning about the universe being a reflection of ourselves. It's just, again, me being wise enough to know that all the spirits who inherited everything that I left to them, and like everything that this country was going in, all the ways that they were communicating with the Spaniards and the Europeans that came here, I mean, this circumstance is co-created. It's just about the awareness levels and the lessons that we glean from it. So the issue with indigenous peoples is that they were projecting too much love into people who have no love for them. And I mean, vice versa then, the colonizers, the European peoples, the Judeo-Christian systems are projecting hate into people who have no hate for them, which then allows them to steal everything that we make out of love. And we literally didn't, like, we gave it to them. We gave them democracy. The Kanazatego gave them the whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever, bro. All that Iroquois Confederation stuff, and just all the 5 nation agreements that indigenous peoples in North America had. I'm not even talking about like Teotihuacan and Mesoamerica. I'm talking about North America. And, you know, me being Catawba here right now. Catawba and Saponi. CNS. So, clearly, blood is life. And the Americas is only built and run on harvesting the blood of indigenous peoples that they call black as well. If they call them anything. Well, but really they call us Negroes, or the N-word. Because we go inward to create the life that they're consuming from us. So yeah, very important. Build structures that support your body. Make sure that you're cultivating a great internal world so that you connect and know who family is and can support and connect with family and build the family, because it's you building the family from the inside out, literally. And make sure that as you're doing that, you then consciously build external structures like Wakanda that protect you from white supremacists, because clearly these Judeo-Christian colonizers are out for blood. Vampire Dracula, Vladimir Putin style. I meant to say style, but it became stire. Like, I don't know why it became like spire, stire, whatever. Protect yourself. This whole episode is all about you consciously communicating to be able to manifest your magic through squares in ways that will stop white supremacists from consuming your blood and harvesting your soul. I love you. Yeah.